Believe it or not, finally, it is game week for the Red and Black up on Montezuma Mesa as they begin preparations for their season opener coming up Saturday up in Washington against the University of Washington at Quest Field. And somebody who will figure prominently in the Aztecs offense this year, senior wide receiver Brice Butler, joins us here on the drive. Brice, did it seem like this week would never get here?
Oh, man. Yeah. It felt like it would never get here. Getting here in January, it just felt like September 1st was like years away, and the snap of the finger is here now, and I'm more excited. I'm excited as ever, and I'm glad it's here. It's finally here, man, and it's time to get it popping. I'm excited.
Brice, where are you physically? I mean, you know, a kid who came out of the state of Georgia, went to USC, and then transferred to San Diego State. This is the last go around for you physically. Are you ready to go?
Yeah, man, I'm ready to go. It's kind of funny because sometimes when people talk about it, I pretty much just tell them I was at SC for 4 years preparing for this time now, and my body's ready to go. I've had enough rest, and now I'm just ready to leave it all out there in the field, and so I'm going to get my shot. So, you know, I'm going to leave it all out there, and I've had 4 years of rest for this moment, so I don't have no excuse not to leave it all out there.
Brice, you talked about being USC for 4 years. You already have your bachelor's degree, correct?
Yes, sir.
You got to be pretty excited about that, right? You've accomplished that, now just focusing on football.
Yes, exactly. I'm surprised I graduated so early, but good thing I stayed. I was doing summer school every year, and I was able to graduate in 3.5 years, and it ended up working out to where it was in my best interest when I was leaving that I was graduated, because I can play now without having to sit out, which is a blessing. And now, like you said, I can just. I'm still in school. I'm in a master's program right now, but it's more so football focused, just because I have three or 4 more months left, and this is to me this is a football semester, and I have to be focused. So I'm in school, but I'm really focused on football, but I'm still going to class.
Yes.
So don't think I'm not going to class.
I know that's. I'm sure there are a lot of athletes saying something very similar as well. Brice, talk about the decision choosing San Diego State.
It was pretty simple. I ended up going through 2 release stages at USC. I got my release for the first time in the spring of 2011, and San Diego State, I had them on my radar because I knew Vince Brown. I knew Vince Brown for a while before I met Vince Brown. I think my freshman year in college. And I always kept my eye on him, and always kept in touch with him. And I saw how he was making big plays, and he was getting put in great situations. And when I was trying to leave USC the first time around, I wanted to come to San Diego State, but it was a situation that if I were to come, I would have to sit out a year. And I wasn't trying to sit out a year. I wasn't trying to lose a year to play. And when it came down to it, I just felt like it was in my best interest to stay at USC. And if it worked out, it worked out. And if not, it ended up being to where I would have my degree and I would be able to go to a San Diego State and play without having to sit out. And, the year didn't go the way I wanted it to go, and I felt like it would be better for me to leave and play somewhere else, if I want to get drafted in the NFL. And after a lot of thought, I decided I wanted to leave USC for once and for all, and I came to San Diego State. San Diego State was the top of my list. I took another visit to Kansas, but it was just to see if maybe I wanted to, explore another school. But after I took my visit there, I was like, I'm going to San Diego State. And after that, it was pretty much it.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Kansas versus the city of San Diego, that's a no-brainer.
Exactly. It can't compare, man. It was kind of funny because when I went to Kansas, I noticed that the airport was 45 minutes to an hour away from the campus, and I was like, that tells you right there that we can't do that.
Aztec senior wide receiver Brice Butler with us here on the drive. Brice, your dad, 12 years with the Atlanta Falcons after an All-American career at Florida State. What has that influence been like on you, not only as a person but as a football player?
Oh man, it's been great, and I've been blessed. God's blessed me with a great father and great mother, and my dad. He's just been with me every step of the way through this whole college process, and even in high school when we were going through the recruiting process and stuff like that. And since he's been through it already, he could kind of. He can kind of tell me, okay, this is what this is what you're looking for when you get recruited. Like, see what that coach said to you compared to what that coach said to you. This is what that means, and how to play the game and all that. And then, as far as the football perspective is concerned, he played cornerback. So, since I'm a receiver, every time he watches me play, he looks at it as if like he's like watching film on me to prepare for me the next week.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, he's always telling me, hey, I can tell you, I know when you're running a curl before, rather than you're running a go, and, like, this is why, and, when I hear that, I'm like, I get a little upset, like, dang, like, I wonder if the other team is actually thinking the same thing, you know what I mean?
Yeah, yeah.
But it helps me because at the same time, like, he's helping me fix my game because he played cornerback. He played at that high level. He played at that high level for a long time. So, like, he knows like small things to look at. So, he just tells me those things, and when he tells me, I listen to it, and I try to fix it, as quick as possible, so it doesn't continue to be a problem that other teams can pick up on, and probably best me when we play against them.
Brice, also new to the program, quarterback Ryan Katz. How's it going with Ryan and you two getting on the same page?
Oh man, it's been great, man. Ryan's a really good dude. When I found out, I was really close with James Rogers at Oregon State, and when I told him I was leaving, he actually told me that Ryan Katz was leaving Oregon State too. And I knew Ryan because I remember when I played at SC, we went up there and Ryan and his team spanked us like 38-7 or something like that at Oregon State, and he was a starting quarterback. So I remember that. And basically, we just started connecting from then on, and we basically both made the decision I was trying to get him to come here. And, I guess he believed in me, he put his trust in me to come. And, ever since he's been here, we've just been working hand in hand to, get our timing down and, just get a better feel for each other so we know what we both expect, when certain situations or when certain defenses are running certain coverages. And, in camp, we've just been doing a great job and, showing our timing, and we've been doing really good. We've been hitting all cylinders, and now it's time to go put it on tape when we put on Saturday.
Aztec senior wide receiver Brice Butler with us here on the drive on Extra Sports 1360. They open up the season Saturday afternoon up in Washington with the University of Washington Huskies. Brice, obviously you're concentrating on the season, and, we know you're taking it day by day and one game at a time. I know the NFL is a goal, though. Is it hard not to think about that next step in playing when you are, playing your final season in the collegiate ranks?
Yeah, like you said, every day is like a resume, and scouts come watch you practice. Scouts start, watching tape of games and stuff like that. So, I mean, every day you want to make sure you're giving 100% effort because you never know who's watching. But with that being said, when you're taking it day by day, you don't have to really worry about, okay, the NFL this, the NFL that, because if you're taking it day by day and really focus on, the next play, the next assignment, you don't have to worry about, what the scouts are looking at, because if you're making sure you're giving it 100% every play, that's what they want to see. So you don't have, I don't have to, be double, I don't have to worry about two different things at once. The only thing I can worry about is, the next play and make sure I handle that. And with me handling that, that helps the NFL as well because, they're seeing me, okay, this guy goes hard every snap. This guy does this well. He's consistent, whoop-de-whoop and all that. And it just all works. It all works in the same common goal. So as far, I'm looking forward to the NFL, but right now I'm looking forward to Tuesday practice, to get ready for this Saturday's game against Washington, and that's how my mindset is. And I try not to think about too far ahead because I don't want to miss anything that's going on right now.
Brice, you know all about that Pac-12 atmosphere. What can the Aztecs expect against University of Washington on Saturday?
Oh, man, loud, boisterous crowd. One thing that I do know about Washington is that their opening game, they always like to open at night. All the fans are coming out, and they're loud. I haven't been up to Washington to play Washington Huskies since my freshman year, and I remember that when we played there at their college stadium, it was loud, man, and they beat us. They had Jake Locker and those guys, and they beat us. But I just remember it was loud and cranky, and everybody brings out their best when they play against USC. But as well for this game, it's going to be the same atmosphere because it's the first game of the season.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's juiced up, excited, ready to play, and the fans are the same way. They're ready to go watch their Huskies play, so they're going to all be there. And hopefully by the end of the day, we can walk out to a very mute stadium.
Brice, really appreciate the time. So glad you're an Aztec and you're playing your final campaign with the Red and Black. Listen, have a great game on Saturday and a great season. And let's hope that it's not the final stop, that we do see you playing on Sundays next year.
Thanks, man. Thanks for having me, and God bless you guys.